Today we're going to be talking about nicknames on Hypixel, and whether they're worth it for playing Bedwars. So setting yourself a nickname is a feature for people with MVP++ on Hypixel, and it's something that a lot of people enjoy doing. So today I'm going to be breaking down some pros and cons of nicknames on Hypixel. I want this video to not only serve as a way to decide whether or not you want to nick in a game of Bedwars, but also whether or not you want to buy MVP++. I do want to say that although this information comes from 219 stars of playing Bedwars, this is just from my personal experience, so take this info with a grain of salt. Overall, though, I feel like it's a somewhat accurate representation of what nicking does for you. Alright, that being said, what are the pros of creating a nickname when you're playing Bedwars? Well, first off, if you're a well-known member of the Bedwars community, like a leaderboard player or a popular YouTuber, then nicking is definitely worth it. Just because if people know who you are, you're a lot more likely to get targeted. Alright, I just fireballed this guy off, and now I should be able to get their bed pretty shortly. I think I'm just gonna drop over here. Yep. Alright, see if I can kill them now. Anyways, the next reason why nicking might be worth it for you is because it allows you to talk in chat. So if you are high in stars and you like to socialize, normally I don't really do that because I feel like talking in chat means that I'm likely to get targeted, or at least more likely to get targeted, whereas obviously if you're nicked, you get a randomized lower star. I don't really see the need personally to talk much in chat, so I don't really exercise that feature of nicks. Now, Hypixel did actually make a recent change to nicks, which makes it more desirable to nick. And that's the fact that nicking with somebody else having the level head mod makes it so that they can't see your true level. So normally with level head mod, when you're nicked, it just doesn't show a level at all. But Hypixel made it so that it shows a level, it's just not your level. The last thing that I thought of was requeuing. So if you're somebody that doesn't generally like to requeue, you just like to play the game as you entered the lobby, then nicking can help, because oftentimes sweats in your lobby will target the MVP++ or the high level player in their game, and if you're nicked, then you no longer appear as an MVP++ or a high level player, and therefore you're less likely to get targeted by sweats, and since you aren't requeuing, you probably end up coming across a much larger number of them than usual. So that kind of concludes the section of, to me, why nicking is worth it. Now I'm going to start talking about the reasons, in my opinion, why nicking isn't worth it. Now, the first and most obvious reason is that nicking requires ++, and ++ costs money. And if you're not somebody that's willing to spend money on Hypixel, then nicking is obviously not for you. However, even if you're unnicked, most people won't target you because of your rank. I generally don't target MVP++s unless they have a high Hypixel level or Bedwars star or something that leads me to believe they're also good at the game. And that's because having MVP++ isn't as rare as you might think. Then this is more of a psychological thing, but I do feel like personally, being unnicked makes me more confident in a game. And the whole psychology behind nicking is something that I could probably make a whole separate video about with some actual results from like an experiment, if you will, because I feel like there is a lot of psychology that goes into being nicked or unnicked. They fireball jumped. I got in a good fireball there. I think they fell. Yeah, we're good. GG. Alrighty guys, well that'll do it for today's video on whether nicking in Bedwars is worth it. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, and if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye!